a group of more than 50 journalists, mostly European, and drawn from 17 media outlets, has started publishing a series of articles titled Rwanda Classified, aimed at, among others, poking holes into freedom of expression in Rwanda ahead of the general election slated for July. This initiative is orchestrated by Forbidden Stories, a platform owned by Freedom Voices Network. In light of the Rwanda Classified campaign, IGIHE will be speaking to local seasoned journalists to try and get their views about freedom of expression in Rwanda and their views about the Forbidden Stories.
Where we are today, the media sector is very resilient. If you look around, the number of TV stations, the number of radio stations, publications online, YouTube, everything really, we've seen a growth in terms of the number of journalists and media outlets in the country. So it's a positive trajectory for the country.
There are individuals who can try to block you because you are following a story on them. The individuals, it is possible, but officially, I never had this kind of problem of menace, threat.
There is nothing new from that stories because the past time they wrote many things about that. What I have seen is to put together the effort to make the thing large. I think I have seen the synergy. Is like a synergy to make things bigger, because I have seen the coalition of those who participated for the Forbidden Stories. There is one company from Rwanda, M28 Investigate. It's the company founded here by one called Samuel Baker Biansi. His company is here, but now I have seen him for that group. Then, if he has a company here, no one forced him to do this or this. He made many trainings with the journalists for investigative stories, but no one who told me there is someone who forced me to leave my story.
We see it differently. We wouldn't be here for all this time if the situation was how they portray it, how they really project it to be. I've worked for different media outlets, as I've said, and previously I worked for the East African. There's no point in time in my career where somebody called and threatened me that if you do this story, or if you do this and that, you will face the consequences, or don't do this, or someone gagged me or censored a certain story.
I think this way we have the codes of ethics to provide standard guidelines on how things should be done. So when you look at the infrastructures, when you look at the legal framework, when you look at ABCD, in my view, I think there is no suppression. So the willingness is there, but maybe people are judging us from where they sit, not within our own context. And that is very wrong. I've never seen any of these people who rank us come here to even score their indicators on ground and say, Rwanda is this because we saw this and this and this. You cannot just sit wherever you sit and make a phone call to a person who wants to validate your narrative and say that that's the image you're going to portray. I think it's a lie. Let them come, investigate, do their own stories. Don't sit wherever you sit and agree that this is the narrative you want to shape about Rwanda and confuse the whole world because you have the platform. If you don't follow that, then you're becoming a misinformer. You're becoming something else, not a journalist.
They are here for their own interests, and we cannot help endorse them. So we are going to continue doing what we've got to do and get where we want to be as a country and as a media sector here in Rwanda.